नमस्ते लिसनर्स, आपका स्वागत है हमारे इस अवेयरनेस सेशन ऑन जस्टिस थ्रू एजेस इन इंडियन सोसाइटी में with none other than Devdutt Patnaik sir. Welcome sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir is one of India's most well-known mythologists. Sir is one of among few people who bring ancient stories relevant to modern life, giving an application to mythology. Although he trained as a medical doctor, but as destiny had it, Sir eventually chose mythology as his lifelong passion. Sir has written over 50 books, with several of them being bestsellers, and hundreds of newspaper columns that connect mythology with contemporary issues. Today, as a lawyer, I can tell you that the present justice system is largely English inspired, and we have kind of forgotten our traditional justice system. Through this awareness session, we will delve into the forgotten roots of our Indian justice system, exploring the myths, philosophies, and practices that once shaped fairness and balance in our society. Of course, with the help of Devdutt sir. In this session, we will understand the concept of justice in Indian society through the lens of mythology. Sir, again, warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, justice. So when we have the word justice, usually our mind, a picture comes of court, judges and lawyer. But justice is much older than any court. Justice is about fairness, the search of balance, and the way we make sense of right and wrong. And long before legal system existed, long before any constitution, statute, and courts, society was already asking these questions: what is justice? What is fairness? And why should justice should exist in the first place? This is where mythology enters into the picture and answer these complex questions through engaging tales and stories. Mythology is more than a collection of ancient stories about gods, heroes, and cosmic battles. It is one of the earliest ways society tried to understand ideas like order and chaos, action and consequences, good and bad. The mythology stories we read and listened as children about gods and demons helped us understand the concept of fairness, justice, and balance, about right and wrong. These myths still live in our mind, shaping what we believe justice should look like. Mythology is the cultural DNA of a society, it shapes our beliefs. Mythology is the compass which guides the idea of justice in our society. Mythology is the pillar on which justice is built. To understand why a society thinks about justice the way it does, we must first understand the stories it tells itself. On that note, let us begin our session. अनंत मिथ्यों में छुपा है शाश्वत सत्य, कौन देखता है सब कुछ, वरुण के पास है 1000 आंखें, इंद्र के पास 100, तुम और मैं केवल 2. सर, our first question would be, सर, हर समाज में कहानियों के माध्यम से सही और गलत का फर्क समझाते हैं. So long before laws existed, myths carried the idea of fairness and balance. How do you see these ancient stories influencing the way India thinks about justice today?
Justice, when we talk about today, is based mostly on West Asian concepts. So the idea of one God and all human beings being equal in front of that God. So this idea of one God and all people being equal in front of God does not exist in all cultures. It is it comes from Islam, it comes from Christianity, and it has come to the world through the colonial system. And it is basically based on the idea of equality. Now, today we just assume that the idea of equality is a good idea, but we do not realize the impracticality of such ideas.
Yes.
But we just assume equality is a good thing and we start with that. But mythology doesn't approach subject like this. It recognizes that different communities have different value systems, and therefore different communities will function very, very differently, and you cannot have a common law across the board. And that's the biggest difference between traditional legal systems and the modern legal system. In the modern legal system, the rich and the poor, we think, will be treated equally before the judge, but the rich man can afford the very good quality lawyers, the poor cannot. And therefore we see that justice always seems to help rich and powerful people. It doesn't help the people without wealth and power, no matter what theoretical things people will say. But in traditional society, there was a recognition that different communities, different people, different tribes will have different rules, and therefore intra-group issues would be managed differently, inter-group issues would be managed very differently. So the idea of justice as we know it today is a monotheistic concept. It comes from cultures which believe in equality, and because nation state believes in equality, we are aligning with the West Asian concepts. Now the thing is, you can't argue against this, because if you say I don't agree with it, then you are told that inequality is a bad thing. And the moment you say the inequality is a bad thing, then diversity has no place, because the idea of diversity and the idea of equality are very different from each other. But Indian traditions focused on diversity and worked with diversity. Western traditions worked more with equality. So Western society is all about
Correct.
standardization, single rule,
Yes.
everybody follow the same rule.
Codification.
Indian society has always been, even Chinese, Japanese societies had a place for diversity. There was a kind of recognition of diversity that different people think. And that is a big difference between modern system and traditional systems.
Okay, so sir, we were talking about the differences between the West and the East idea about the justice. So sir, can you also delve deeper into what is the fundamental difference between the concept of justice in West and the East through some stories?
So what happens is, there's a story in the Mahabharata of a man who is a rishi, and one day a thief enters his ashram. King's soldiers find the thief in the ashram, and they accuse the rishi that you have been hiding this man in your ashram, and he doesn't know about it because he was doing meditation at that time. So they take him and they put him on a spear, on the tip of a spear, and they torture him a lot. So the rishi asks, when he dies, he goes and meets Yamraj, and he's asking that why was I going through this kind of miserable, what have I done? And he says, when you were a child, you tortured insects. And because you tortured insects, you are going through this pain. Now your action is not just explained through an action, but it is a result of something which has happened in the past. So karma is coming into the picture. So it's not that he's innocent. We are being told that he's not an innocent person, even though he believes he's innocent. In his past life, he has done something which has caused this. Now the rishi gets very upset, and he says a child's crime cannot be equated with the kind of punishment I got, because as a child I'm innocent. So your karma which you're doing it's not a fair punishment that I got. And he gets angry and he curses Yamraj. So this story shows the complexity of what is fair and how do you decide what is fair. If a poor man steals and a rich man steals, is it the same thing? जो भूखा आदमी है अगर उसने चोरी कर ली और एक अमीर आदमी ने चोरी कर ली, so what is the difference? When nowadays we have got countries going to other countries and stealing their money and their wealth, but we don't call them thieves. We call them, because they're empires and emperors. Queen of England is wearing jewelry that has come from other places which has been taken, and the rules don't apply. What apply to the rich don't apply to the poor, and that is what this story is raising the question. It is also raising the question that, everybody doesn't get a fair chance in life. Everybody is not different. And this attempt to create a equitable society doesn't work. You always are going to be dealing with people who will be unhappy with the decision that you take. So that is a very big idea in Hindu traditions, Buddhist traditions, Jain traditions. The origin of kingship in Buddhist tradition is just merchants come together and they pay one man and they tell this man that we give you the authority to use force to solve disputes between merchants. So that is the only reason a king exists. He exists only to solve disputes between merchants. Mahasamanta is called. So it's within a community, you take a leader and you say, okay, you will handle the disputes between us. But when you have multiple types of communities belonging to different vocations, different capabilities, using a common system has been challenged in India all the time. In the West, it is always about like to like. The God will treat everyone fairly. So, for example, in Islam, in the Arabic world, when you die, everybody has to be buried with a single shroud, a kafan, put on the ground. No special tomb should be built for you. Everybody will be buried in the equal way facing Makkah. So that is the Arab
Yes.
system. But later, when the sultans came, when they died, they would build these magnificent tombs because, they were kings. They said we cannot be buried the same way. So there is this kind of shift happens over time. But a traditional Islamic burial practices, if you see, the burial practices are based on that we are all equal in front of God. So that burial practice tells you how the approach is. The Sharia law is applicable to every member of the Muslim community, technically, theoretically, equally, because it comes from a tribal religion. It belonged to the Arabs who were Bedouins, who were tribals, and they said that everybody will have the same law. This idea is very, very strong in the Islamic world, but obviously the reality of it is not the same thing, right? Once you become the emperors of the world, the Ottoman Empire, the Mughal emperors, when they died, they had tombs built for them, which is not an Islamic practice.
Correct. Correct.
Traditionally, so everybody changes the rules over time. Once we have to ask the question, why did human beings create laws? And if you ask
Correct.
this foundational question, there are no laws in nature, right? In nature, a
Yes.
strong animal will eat a weak animal, and that is okay. Nobody says that's a bad thing, because no animal will overeat, and every animal grows old. Nobody's going to be in control forever. But human beings have the power to extract resources, exploit humans, and therefore we need a system to reduce that, or at least prevent that from getting excessive, where extraction of resources and exploitation of people is restrained and controlled. And that is why
Hmm.
rules were created. And the rules, and someone to run the rules came into being. Therefore, you had judges and you had kotwals and you had court systems, because people would not follow the rules. If
Hmm.
human beings didn't need, you have a court and justice system because you need rules. You need rules because human beings tend to overeat, overindulge, do not respect boundaries. We don't know. And that is the reason human beings created the laws.
Sir, personally, I like the Indian philosophy much because, practically speaking, Indian justice system kind of defines it on a levels. As far as I understood mythology, so everyone action kind of seemed justified on some levels.
But remember, it is based on, I'll tell you the negative side of Indian mythology. The
Sure,
Brahmins
sir.
were forgiven for every crime. So if a Brahmin commits a crime, you cannot punish him because he's a Brahmin. So the person who was writing the law books, the Brahmins were writing the law books, and they
Correct.
exempted themselves from all crime. And they said that you cannot punish us because we are special, because hum log ke paas Ved hai. Now, the moment you do that, you create an unfair system. And you may say, no, but actually it revolves to a person who is of good character. But how do you decide who has good character? On what basis
Correct.
do you decide who has good character? So the person, like right now, what is the problem with our justice system? People are talking about post-retirement benefits. And therefore, when you start getting, let the Raja is giving you funds, then you will always your cases will always favor the king. You'll always say the king is right. So what happens over time is that fairness becomes difficult, because fairness has always been a challenge, because in a different system, the same crime, you have rules that if a man from this community marries a woman from that community, then the rules are different. But if a woman from that community marries a man from this community, the rules are different. This kind of permutation combination allows for a lot of subjectivity. And therefore, certain groups get favorite treatment and certain groups don't get favorite. So you have concepts like these people are touchables and these are untouchables. These people can use a village well because you believe that some people are pure and some people are impure. So these are ideas which are also Indian. And we should never
Yes.
forget that the Indian concept has to be exist. While I use the word diversity sounds good, the moment I use the word caste, it doesn't sound good. When I use the word equality, it sounds good. But when I say homogeneity, it doesn't sound good. So Indian system had its own problem. The difference is the Indian system said that it should be local. The value was given to local ideas, local communities, local tribes, and it was about justice has to be resolved. What has happened with the modern justice system? In trying to be perfect, it is never ending process. There
Correct.
is no one is responsible for the delay. The judge is not responsible for delayed justice. There is no responsibility given to the judge that, if a court case, if the cases which enter your court should be resolved, so you have these backlog and backlog and backlog. So you're theoretically saying I'm creating a theoretical justice system, but nobody's experiencing that justice. A family dispute case can go on forever. For 10 years, 20 years. So how is that justice by any logical sense of the term? So in trying to create an equitable system in India, it is because you are not created enough things. You're not holding people responsible for delays. Time has not been valued in the justice system. And Indian system has not given a time, and they have, we have upay wale log hain. So we are very clever in manipulating systems. Indians are very, very good. And that is why India mein hamesha ek upay nikal ke we will bypass the system.
Yeah, bend it to convenience.
Yeah, it's called upay. So upay ka matlab is very big in Buddhism, Jainism and all that. Ki, aap mujhe upay dijiye. Now, the thing is, what has also happened with the modern justice system is punishment is more important than resolution. And they are more interested in punishing people than resolving conflicts. And, justice has become equal to revenge. And you are not trying to create a society because punishment is the most important thing, because it comes from a Judeo-Christian tradition where God has haram and halal, and if you follow the rules, you'll go to heaven, and if you don't follow the rules, you'll go to hell. And so you have a jail system, and you think that by producing a jail, you are going to create a decent society, which doesn't. You throw people in jail. The process has become the punishment today.
Absolutely.
So Indian system always knew that people can manipulate systems. And they therefore never relied much on laws. They relied more on people. And they said that rules are hygiene. People, if you have a good judge and a good lawyer, and you will solve the problems better. But how do you create a fair judge, a good judge? That's always a problem, right? There is no standard foolproof system. But what Indian system acknowledged is diversity. You cannot have the same system for someone who lives far away in a village 5,000 kilometers from the High Court. So you have created a system in trying to create an ideal system for 1.7 billion people. You have failed each and every one of them.
Sir, can it be said that West philosophy always strive towards equality? But we as Indian, we understand that more or less the system is not going to change. It will remain as it is. Can it be said that Indian system never strive towards equality?
If you were to make laws that said that if you are a richer person, the punishment will be higher, and if you're a poor person, the punishment will be lower, you see how people react. People don't like it. Everybody loves equality because equality always favors rich and powerful people. The question is, when you had a diverse system, the problem is even that system was manipulated. So the Brahmins said, we should not. See, you'll always hear of Ram ne Ravan ko mara aur unhone paschatap ke liye Rameshwaram gaye. Now, why is it paschatap? Because Ravan was a Brahmin. So Ravan's crime but because he's Brahmin, somehow he becomes special. But the Ramayana also tells you the story of Shambhuka, a Shudra who killed Ram. Ram never does paschatap for Shambhuka. Ram does paschatap for Ravan. Yeah, this is where, therefore, the caste system can also be manipulated, just as both systems can be manipulated. And the problem is that we believe that rules will create a good society. We don't realize people create good society. Rules don't create a good society. We believe that if I change the constitution, people will become better. But that's not true. The thief comes before the police.
Sir, I have a follow-up question. Sir, जैसे वो राम वाली जो story थी जिसके अंदर राम भगवान उनको दलित को he does his execution. So, but he is right. धर्मा के हिसाब से वो सही है. But आज हम justice के हिसाब से देखें, it isn't justified. तो मेरे को ये चीज मतलब how can some action be right according to dharma, but justice के हिसाब से हम देखें तो completely it isn't justified. So
see, dharma has two definitions.
Yes.
One is a Brahman wala definition, and the one is the Veda definition.
Okay.
The purpose of dharma is to help the weak over the strong. So the strong have to help the weak. The whole purpose of dharma is the strong person has to help the weak person. In any situation, the strong has to help the weak person, because the strong has to repay his debt. Because how did you become strong? Because somebody helped you out in your life. And therefore, you have to help other people out. So always the strong have to help the weak. The purpose of the law is to help the weak. The purpose of the law is not to be, and that is the Indian concept. So dharma means where the law helps the weak. Justice means where the law helps the right person. So it's right and wrong versus strong and weak. So the original meaning of the word dharma, I'll tell you how to understand this. There is a famous story of Vishnu Puran, the first avatar of Vishnu. The small
Yes.
fish comes to the big fish and he tells Manu that save me from the big fish. Badi machli se mujhe bachao. Yani save me from the big fish. Now when you save it from the big fish, what will the big fish eat? You have taken the food away from the big fish, right? You have created a cosmic imbalance in this world. But you have helped a weak person. So now that weak person has a debt. Uska ek rin hai. And because there is a cosmic imbalance, he has to balance it out that when he becomes strong, he will help someone who is weak. And that is why the concept of dharma is related to debt. Now, justice does not discuss debt. It doesn't talk about debit and credit. It talks about contract. So it's a different concept. So when we say dharma ke hisab se, now what happened when the Brahmins came in the Dharma Shastra, they did not talk about this Matsya Nyaya and they did not talk about power and weak. They said every jati will have dharma and there will be rules for different jatis. Now who made these rules? The Brahmins made these rules. They made it to benefit themselves. They didn't do it to benefit the society. And this is where the Dharma Shastras become a problem. Because the Dharma Shastras very clearly benefited the people who were writing the texts. And they were not interested in helping people who are weak and powerless. But the original definition of Dharma, which is there in the Shatapatha Brahmana, is very clearly help the weak. So the whole idea, if you look at very carefully at the story of Krishna, what is the story of Krishna? The big powerful Jarasandha, the big powerful Kansa are treating the people poor, and so Krishna is fighting against the powerful. Ravan is powerful. He's misusing his power against Sita, who is powerless. So it is not about right and wrong. It is the powerful exploiting the powerless. Very clearly, Ramayana, look at Mahabharata. The Duryodhan is powerful. He has 11 armies. He has 100 brothers. He is not sharing the kingdom. He's saying, okay, we must avoid war. Let us share the kingdom. He is busy being right. So this right-wrong business. Ram is right to kill Shambhuk? No. You have done it because someone in the Dharma Shastra said Shudras. And this Dharma Shastra text is written by Brahmins. So we must be very careful of this idea कि धर्म के अनुसार तुम्हें कहा गया है, but तुम कौन हो decide करने वाले? You are giving yourself completely a clean chit and saying that if I do a crime, but that is not the Vedic system. The Vedic system was never written in that way. So these are the Brahmin texts, and this is the reason why Brahmins today are in a tight corner, because across Indian history, this is a reality which nobody can deny. So they would help the rich people would help them. It is something like the collegium helping the politician and the politician helping the collegium. The collegium tries to, the moment you write about the corruption in the judiciary, that textbook is immediately banned and removed because hum log kuch galat nahi kar sakte hain. So that is exactly the way the Brahmins behaved previously, where they said, so the collegium is behaving like Brahmins. And that is the whole thing, because the whole idea is in dharma, the strong cannot exploit the weak. That is a very important idea. You cannot take someone else's wife and say, ye meri patni hai. You cannot take somebody else's land and not give it back to them. So that, look at the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is meri zameen tumne chheen li hai. Okay, जुआ में मैं हार गया, but we have agreed, no, 14 years later you will give it to me. Now you are finding so many manipulative ways of not returning the land. So I have to fight you. You are not, तुम अब जबान नहीं रख रहे हो. अगर राजा जबान नहीं रखेगा तो दुनिया उथल पुथल हो जाएगी. So nowadays we don't talk about these things. Now when all these people are talking, all these politicians, they will tell anything, but they forget about it after 1 year. They will promise the world while winning the elections, and after elections they forget about it. So the whole idea of Shabda Brahman, is completely forgotten. So integrity is not there. You're only playing rules of the law rules. कि मैंने rule तो नहीं तोड़ा, मैंने rule तो नहीं तोड़ा. So you look at the parliament, how the speaker is behaving. Technically, he has not broken a single rule, but is the parliament functioning correctly? You don't have to go to the justice system. Just observe how the parliament is working, how it is favoring one group over the other. A speaker has to be above the ruling party and the opposition party, but the speaker is not behaving like that. That reveals the absence of dharma. And that reveals, because the whole purpose is, who is powerful? The ruling party. Who is powerless? The opposition. So dharma is about, you have to help the powerless. So dharma is very clear. छोटी मछली को बड़ी मछली से बचाओ. मत्स्य न्याय अगर so this idea of matsya nyaya, big and small, who controls the country, who has more wealth in the country, that is about badi machli. Choti machli kaun hai? So now look at the badi machli, choti machli. Just read Vishnu Puran, just read Shatapatha Brahmana. The story is very clear. Strong, weak. God, Vishnu is supporting the choti machli. तुम्हारा ऋण होता है. All rich people are in debt. So ऋण तुम्हें चुकना पड़ेगा. So are they repaying their debt? When you cut forests, what is your debt to society? You owe things to society. So the concept of debt is not being discussed. So dharma is about ऋण. और वो नहीं बात करते. They'll only talk about वो शंबुक का धर्म है, क्षत्रिय धर्म है. They're using dharma as duty. They are not using it as responsibility. Now, this is manipulative conversations which many people who read Sanskrit texts do. They are using words like duty. It is not duty, it is responsibility. Accountability. Accountability, responsibility are the words with dharma. It is not tera duty ye hai. Because all rich people will tell poor people, ye tumhara kaam hai, chaprasi ka kaam karna. Driver always has duty. Raja never has duty. Please look at how the ministers do not respect rules, traffic rules. When there is a traffic signal, who breaks the rules in our country? All politicians do it. How is that dharma? Is that justice? Is that dharma? It is neither justice nor dharma. अगर तुम ही rules तोड़ रहे हो, फिर हम क्या? So it is not rule by the law. I mean, it's not rule of the law. It is rule by the law.
Correct.
The rule of the law means everybody follows the rules. Rule by the law means only the powerless follows the rule, which is the complete viparita. It is viparita dharma, because dharma is created for people who are powerless and weak. Sita is weak. Ravan is strong. Pandavas are weak. Kauravas are strong. So very clearly, who is weak? If you are going to tell me a billionaire is weak, if you are going to tell me that a person who has crores and crores, look at our parliament, it is ruled, all crorpatis are sitting in the parliament. So that tells you that, they are using, hum apna duty nahi kar rahe hain. Because your duty is to give opportunities to others, not to yourself. Now check who are the opportunities being given to. And then you realize that people are using words like dharma, justice, manipulate ke liye bhasha. A lawyer can twist anything. And that is why Bagla Mukhi वो जीभ का निकाल देती है तुम्हारी. तुम्हारी जीभ से बहुत तुम चालाक बन रहे हो.
तो सर नेक्स्ट फॉलो अप क्वेश्चन. सर जस्टिस हमेशा इक्वालिटी की तरफ स्ट्राइव करता है, तो सर क्या न्याय भी सिमिलरली इज अबाउट इक्वालिटी, या फिर वो फंडामेंटल वो कुछ अलग है? इंडियन इंडिजिनियस न्याय सिस्टम.
So the Sanskrit word nyay doesn't mean justice. Sanskrit word nyay means rational thought. It has nothing to do with न्याय as in न्याय शब्द जो आजकल हिंदी में हम न्याय बोलते हैं, और संस्कृत का न्याय दर्शन is not the same as न्याय in Hindi. संस्कृत वाला न्याय deals with rational thinking. तो न्याय वैशिष्ठ जो होता है वो that is dealing with epistemology and ontology. It has nothing to do with justice system. It's philosophical. Nyay as an idea, as I said, in India was about diverse society. Every group has its own rules, but everywhere the rule will be about who is powerful and who is powerless. And the purpose of law is only about ensuring that the powerful don't exploit the system. It is not to create an exchange economy rather than an extractive economy. So the word dharma is related to the action of yajna, यानी कि तुमने दिया क्या है, लिया क्या है. So these are very important concepts. तुमने दिया क्या, तुमने लिया क्या, तुम्हारा ऋण कितना है, तुमने कितना. So गरीब आदमी giving one roti, when the story will be that if a garib admi gives 1 rupee, he has 2 rupees and he gives 1 rupee, and a billionaire gives 1 rupee. It is not the same thing, because a billionaire is not even given 0.0001% of his wealth, while the poor person is given 50% of his wealth. So everything in India is looked in terms of proportion. So proportion, कि तुम्हारा proportionate होना चाहिए. Privilege अगर इतना है तो punishment भी उतना होना चाहिए. Punishment has to be proportionate to privilege, which is not there in the justice system. Justice system doesn't look at your privilege.
सर जैसे एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन ने टाइम को एनर्जी के साथ रिलेशनशिप इक्वेशन दी थी, आपके भी सर एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग थ्योरी है टाइम को जस्टिस के साथ लिंक करने की. तो सर क्या आप थोड़ा सा वो डिस्कस करेंगे, जस्टिस को टाइम से लिंक करना?
देखिए, समय, द होल लीगल सिस्टम डजंट फैक्टर इन टाइम एट ऑल. और ब्यूरोक्रेसी फाइल क्यों डिले करते हैं? फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर तुमने कोई डिसीजन 10 साल पहले लिया था, उसके ऊपर कोई तुम्हें वाद विवाद करेगा अभी, तो आप टाइम को वैल्यू ही नहीं कर रहे हो कि उस समय जो डिसीजन लिया था उसी समय तुमको रिजॉल्व करना था. 10 साल 20 साल के बाद अगर तुम फाइल उठा के किसी के ऊपर थोप रहे हो, यू आर नाउ टेलिंग पीपल डोंट टेक एनी डिसीजंस फॉर द फ्यूचर, बिकॉज अगर 10 साल बाद कोई बोलेगा कि तुम्हारा डिसीजन, हाउ विल यू कांट प्रिडिक्ट द फ्यूचर, राइट? सो दिस होल this idea of justice without time, I mean, everybody knows justice delayed is not, वो बोलना बहुत आसान है, but not one judge has created a system of ये AI आ गया, digitization आ गया, ये सब आ गया, but falana, dhimkana and all that, but nothing, they are not creating algorithms to resolve disputes, saying that rape cases should be done in 15 days, ye cases should be done in 10 days, nobody should be in jail for more than 7 days. And if you have failed as a system, you should not let people suffer in jail, no? Then the judges have to take the responsibility. Who is accountable for the injustice in our country? Who is responsible for the... सब लोग बोलेंगे system. तो system कौन है यार? देवता है क्या बाहर? So who is the system? If nobody is taking responsibility and accountability for the system, there is no dharma, there is no justice, there is a game being played. So this is just lying and, झूठ बोल रहे हैं. लेट्स कॉल इट, झूठ ही है ना, बिकॉज आप तो कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे हो. झूठ बोल रहे हो आप तो कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे हो. बड़ी बड़ी बातें बोल रहे हो, पॉडकास्ट में जाके लोग बात करते हैं, बट द फैक्ट इज यू आर हेल्पलेस, तुम्हें नहीं करना है. तो नाउ द सिस्टम कैन ओनली बी मैनिपुलेटेड. इतना मुश्किल कर दिया है कि टुडे वी आर अफ्रेड ऑफ गोइंग टू द पुलिस स्टेशन, वी आर अफ्रेड ऑफ लॉयर्स को घर में मत बुलाओ. जजेस अगर कोर्ट कचहरी का चक्कर खाना है इज लाइक गोइंग टू नर्क. तो ये हो गया है सिस्टम. सो एंड इट्स गेटिंग वर्स विद ईच पासिंग डे. So you have not created a better world. So the world when पहले justice, ये legal systems की पहले एक दूसरी दुनिया थी, अभी एक दूसरी दुनिया है. So now in those days also people were exploited. Even now people are being exploited.
Sir,
and that is what is the time has not been factored in. If they had not factored in, if they factor in time, I think there'll be a lot of some improvements will happen. They could say that all these minor cases should be resolved within 7 days, 10 days, algorithmically solve kar do. Let's create an AI which can look at all the cases and give us some kind of an answer which can be resolved by 3 judges. That will have its own new problems, but at least things will move faster. You can't have a rape case which will go on for 10 years.
सर क्या इसका कारण ये हो सकता है कि जैसे हमने पहले डिस्कस करा कि इंडियन जस्टिस सिस्टम काइंड ऑफ कार्मिक थ्योरी के थ्रू कि भाई पिछले जन्म में नहीं तो इस जन्म में आपके सफरिंग को और इनजस्टिस को जस्टिफाई करता है. हमारी तासीर ऐसी हमने सीखा, जैसे इंडिया में कुछ ऐसे देखने को मतलब मिथोलॉजी कहानियों में कि अगर आपके पास कुछ इनजस्टिस हुआ है, अगर आपके साथ कुछ ये सफरिंग हो रही है, तो इट इज योर लाइफ फेज, लाइक साढ़े सती है, तुमको इससे जाना पड़ेगा. इट इज देयर टू मेक यू नन ह्यूमिलिटी, यू हैव टू गो थ्रू द प्रोसेस, लाइक तुम्हारे को ये डाउन टू अर्थ करने आया है, यू हैव टू फेस इट. तो क्या ऐसा भी है कि वेस्ट के अंदर तो दे सी लाइक तुम्हारे साथ ये नहीं होना था, इट हैज हैपेंड टू देयर शुड यू शुड फाइट इट, बट इंडिया के अंदर कुछ कुछ ऐसा मतलब सिखाया जाता है कि और है कि जैसे ये जो तुम्हारे साथ सफरिंग हुई है कि इट इज अ process. You have to go through it, learn humility, get down to earth, get yourself better. कुछ ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि हमारी तासीर ही ऐसी है, इसलिए हम अचीव ही नहीं कर पा रहे हैं वो उस तरफ.
देखिए, the thing is coping skill होता है. So mythology helps you cope with a bad system, but nobody wants a bad system, right? Nobody wants a bad system. You are creating laws and nobody is saying that the cases have to be resolved fast. उसका कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहा है. Tell me who is talking about a deadline for resolution of cases? Nobody is talking about it. We have never even factored in time कि नहीं justice perfect होगा और उसके बाद from lower courts it will keep going to higher courts. It will keep going to higher courts because clearly the higher court has some supernatural knowledge which the lower court doesn't have. So I'm still trying to understand how someone sitting in Delhi has a better knowledge than someone sitting in Chennai or in Rajasthan. So obviously तुम्हारे system में कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. वहां पे भी आपने एक वर्ण व्यवस्था create कर दिया है. So I think we are deeply casteist and therefore we believe lower courts are Shudras and Supreme Courts are like some other level. और उधर सब ब्राह्मण बैठे हुए हैं और जो भी वो बोलेंगे उनके मुंह से जो भी निकलेगा from the Supreme Court is perfectly true. And this is where the system flails, when you're continuously appealing and you're creating systems which never resolve the issue. You're never closing the issue. So this is, you can blame mythology for it, you can say the system, but India is a diverse country. Yahan pe you have got all religions in the world, not just Hinduism, not just Buddhism. So, and in Hinduism, the karmic things benefited only a Brahmin community and the upper elite. वो द्विज जो होते हैं, जिनको द्विज बोलते हैं, आजकल वो सवर्ण वर्ड यूज कर रहे हैं, बट वो द्विज होते थे, उनको the Sanskrit word for it is द्विज. तो वो सिस्टम अभी भी वही सिस्टम चल रहा है. आपने रूल्स बदल दिया, बट आपका माइंडसेट इज नॉट डिजाइंड अराउंड हेल्पिंग द पावरलेस एंड फैक्टरिंग इन टाइम, समय. So these two things I feel are not there, and we can explain it, doesn't resolve it. We can explain it. It doesn't resolve it. You can only say that हाँ अभी हमको झेलना पड़ेगा, because कोई बदलने को तैयार ही नहीं है. And all the people who use words like dharma and Indian system and all that are not willing to openly criticize their own ancient systems. उसमें भी कुछ अच्छी बातें थी, कुछ बुरी बातें थी. Modern system में भी कुछ अच्छी बातें हैं, कुछ बुरी बातें हैं. लेकिन जो बुरी बातें हैं उसको address तो करो and learn from the good things and talk about everybody wants to debate and they want to be right. They are not interested in this right wrong की जो बातें is the worst thing that modern legal systems have created. Just because the court has put a case in favor of you, in your favor, doesn't mean you are right. It is very possible that aapko, just because somebody is in jail doesn't mean they are wrong, because the system we know that there are many people in jail who have not got a fair hearing, who cannot afford lawyers, who have not got dates for months and months and months and months. And young people are being thrown into jail and for political reasons. So it's not about right and wrong. ये morality की बात नहीं है. ये है laziness की बात. और बहुत lazy हो गए हमारे लोग. और वो आपको निकालना है तो फटाफट कोई आपका पहचान वाला अगर जेल में जाता है तो 24 घंटे के अंदर रात दिन में सॉल्व हो जाता है केस. तो वहां पे हमें वर्ण व्यवस्था दिखाई देता है ना. इट्स वर्ण व्यवस्था कि कौन शूद्र कौन ब्राह्मण, किसको आप पकड़ सकते हो किसको नहीं पकड़ सकते हो. सो वी आर इन अ वे ब्रिंगिंग बैक द कास्ट सिस्टम इनटू द जुडिशरी. द वे द कोर्ट are designed, the way certain prisoners get benefits and certain people don't. Eventually we create varna vyavastha. Recently one person who was put in jail was very clear toilets are used based on the caste hierarchy. So in one more jail it came to the case that depending on your caste, the जो आपका जो जेल में जो jobs दिए जाते हैं is based on your caste system. So I've heard also
का केस था शायद.
So why did it go to this point? Why did the superintendent not raise the question? Since when has it been going on that somebody has to complain to solve this problem? यानी कि अंदर से कुछ तो गड़बड़ है ना. आपको अगर जज चाहिए, जज बोलना है आपको ठीक करने के लिए, मगर आपका मानसिक स्थिति खराब है. So it is not a legal problem, it is a psychological problem.
क्या हम कह सकते हैं कि टाइम के साथ साथ ये भी चीज इवॉल्व करेगी या फंडामेंटली सेम ही रहने वाला है सब कुछ?
See, it is not about time, it is about what we do in our ecosystem. The superintendent in the jail could have just broken the system if he wanted to. He didn't do it. He could have raised alarm bells, and because he sees a system which is not responding to him. So अभी बाद में सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा, ये बोलना बहुत आसान है. वो जाके बोल दीजिए जो जेल में बैठा हुआ है, रेपिस्ट जो बाइज्जत रही, so then you people lose faith in the system. Remember Ramayana mein, what did Ram say? That if I have, my reputation is so important that मुझे पता है कि मेरी पत्नी innocent है, फिर भी मुझे उसे घर से निकालना पड़ेगा. For reputation's sake, because reputation is most important thing for a royal family. Ramayana is a very clear case where even though you put proof of your faithfulness and innocence, फिर भी आपको घर से निकाला जाता है. यानी कि it is not about being right and wrong, it is about the royal positioning, about how people perceive you. Perception matters. कि देखो ये राजा है कि अपनी पत्नी को भी घर से निकाल सकता है on doubt. So that, well, हमारे यहाँ तो अपने बेटों को तो हम सर पे चढ़ा रखते हैं. तो राम राज्य जब बोलते हैं तो राम राज्य में राम के बच्चे जंगल में होने चाहिए. यहाँ तो उन्हें चेयरमैन बनाया जाता है बड़े बड़े कंपनियों का. राम राज्य में राम के बच्चे थोड़ी ना पैलेस में रह रहे हैं, उनका थोड़ी ना.
इसलिए सर समय समय पे जरूरी हो जाता है ये जो सिस्टम को ट्वीक करा जाता है ओरिजिनली अपनी कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से, इसलिए ऐसे सेशन करने जरूरी हो जाते हैं.
हाँ, बिकॉज राम राज्य जब बोलते हैं उसका मतलब कोई नहीं बोलता है. दे थिंक राम राज्य इज जहाँ पे ब्राह्मणों की सेवा होती है. रामायण की बात है जहाँ पे राम के बच्चे भी जंगल में बढ़ते हैं. So that is a little detail which people forget. हम राम राज्य क्रिएट करेंगे तो आपके बच्चे फिर पैलेस में क्यों हैं?
Okay, sir. तो सर as we know Supreme Court is the apex court of our country. तो Supreme Court का हमारे का एक मोटो है यतो धर्मोस्ततो जय. तो सर कुछ वो आप बता सकते हैं कि वो क्या मोटो का क्या मतलब है और वो क्या सिखाता है हमको यतो धर्मोस्ततो जय?
A society where the powerful take care of the powerless will be a successful society. That is the meaning of the word. Where the powerful take care of the powerless, उसको धर्म कहते हैं, वहीं पे जय होगा. जय का मतलब है किसी को पराजित नहीं करना, but to become wise. विजय में आप किसी को पराजित करते हो, जय में अपने ईगो को अपराजित करते हो. तो जहां ईगो नहीं होगी वहां पे पावरफुल आदमी पावरलेस को हेल्प करेगा. वो तो नहीं हो रहा है, तो मोटो तो लगा दिया वहां पे. See, the collegium supports its own children and its grandchildren. So फिर वहां धर्म नहीं है ना. धर्म is about, this is a very very simple, धर्म का definition is very simple, कुछ complicated नहीं है. शतपथ ब्राह्मण में पढ़ो, विष्णु पुराण की पहली कथा पढ़ो, बस उतनी कथा में ही सब कुछ मिल जाएगा धर्म का ज्ञान. पावरफुल एंड पावरलेस, इट्स नॉट अबाउट राइट एंड रॉन्ग. रूम कमरे में पावरफुल आदमी कौन है, एलिट आदमी कौन है, रिसोर्सेज किसके पास है, तो सिस्टम विल फेवर द अदर. की राइट रॉन्ग की बात नहीं है बेटा, तेरे पास प्रिविलेज है, तुमने प्रिविलेज को मिसयूज किया है, उसके लिए जल्दी से जल्दी हमको रिजॉल्व करना है इश्यू. एंड दैट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट टू रिमेंबर. दिस जस्टिस कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इक्वालिटी इज टेकिंग अवे दिस लिटिल डिटेल. दे आर गोइंग इन अ वेरी स्टूपिड डायरेक्शन. वो इक्वालिटी से कुछ नहीं होता है. आप यू जस्ट क्रिएट अ सिस्टम वेयर एवरी, बिकॉज इक्वालिटी विल नेवर बी अचीव्ड. ऑल यू विल क्रिएट इज violence between different types of people. You don't resolve issues. You are busy punishing rich people rather than enabling them to help the powerless people. So it's a thinking process में गलत है. वो ऐसे तो पूरी the whole world never has had an equal system. Never. कभी नहीं था. तो ये अपने काल्पनिक दुनिया में आप रह रहे हो कि एक दिन सबको न्याय, ऐसे नहीं होता है, कभी नहीं हुआ है. Now you have to work with this thing that if they are powerful and powerless, how do you work with the powerful and the powerless? So monopolies are bad because you are favoring the powerful. So monopolies have to be broken. इसलिए हम लोग powerful करते हैं. Traffic lights, I always tell people, traffic light को देखो, अगर ट्रैफिक को आप रिस्पेक्ट नहीं करते हो तो फिर कैसे राजा बने. इतना छोटी बात है ना, ट्रैफिक सिग्नल. आपका जब आप ट्रैवल करते हो ट्रैफिक सिग्नल्स पॉज होता है, आपके लिए पूरी सिटी की ट्रैफिक सिस्टम्स बंद हो जाती है, बिकॉज आपका सिक्योरिटी इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो यानी कि जब राम जी आएंगे तो अयोध्या बंद हो जाएगा, ये तो नहीं होने वाला है। अयोध्या राम के लिए है या राम अयोध्या के लिए?
तो सर इंडियन फिलॉसफी एक बहुत ही यूनिक अप्रोच लेती है, आप ये कॉज इफेक्ट थ्योरी। तो सर जब चीज़ें लेवल्स में हो रही है, हर किसी के एक्शन, जैसे हम देखते हैं कि एक महाभारत के अंदर शकुनी मामा को अगर हम देखें फॉर एग्जांपल, तो वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा कपटी है और बहुत गलत करा, उसकी वजह से सब कुछ ये वॉर हुई। बट एक लेवल पीछे जाके देखें तो वो देखेंगे कि उसके साथ भी अन्याय हुआ था, दैट वाज हिज वेंजेंस। तो इंडियन जस्टिस सिस्टम एक लेवल बेस्ड पे चलती है, तो इसमें जस्टिस की जगह क्या है? क्या जस्टिस इसके अंदर इल्यूजनरी हो गया है?
सी, आपके साथ अन्याय होता है तो यू डोंट हैव टू टेक रिवेंज। कोई आपको थप्पड़ मारता है डजंट मीन आपको थप्पड़ मारने की जरूरत है ना। नॉट डू यू हैव टू टर्न द लेफ्ट चीक राइट चीक, वो सब नहीं करना है आपको। को किसी ने हर्ट किया है, इट डजंट मीन यू हैव टू हर्ट बैक। ये सास भी कभी बहू थी, मुझे किसी ने थप्पड़ मारा इसलिए मैं उसको थप्पड़ मारूंगा, एंड देयरफॉर आई विल क्रिएट द साइकिल। दिस इज अ रिडिकुलस चाइल्डिश वे ऑफ थिंकिंग। तो दैट इज व्हाट ब्रह्म विद्या इज ऑल अबाउट कि शकुनी, हाँ तुम्हारे साथ बुरा हुआ है, तुम्हें करने की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है आगे लोगों को तकलीफ देना। या दुर्योधन has no obligation to listen to his father. You are a matured grown man, you don't have to listen to your uncle ना। तुम्हारे अंकल पागल हैं, वो पागल बात कर रहे हैं, तुम पागल की बात क्यों सुन रहे? नहीं, बड़ों की बात मानो। अरे बड़ा आदमी पागल है, तुम्हारा खुद का दिमाग नहीं है। सो नोबडी आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन। शकुनी की वजह से महाभारत हुई है? क्या दुर्योधन गधा है, मूर्ख है? वो नहीं कह सकता है अंकल जी आपकी बात अपने पास रखिए, हमें नहीं इसमें इन्वॉल्व होना है। आप इतने आसानी से मैनिपुलेट कैसे हो रहे हो? तो वी डोंट वांट टू टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। जब आप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेना चाहते हो, आप किसी दूसरे को ब्लेम करने लगते हो कि मंथरा के वजह से कई में प्रॉब्लम हुआ है, कई के वजह से राम जी को जंगल में गए हैं। कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं ले रहा है कि भैया गलती मैंने की है, दशरथ ने गलती की है, लेकिन हम ब्लेम कर रहे हैं मंथरा को जो नौकरानी है। तो शकुनी मामा को हम ब्लेम कर रहे हैं। तो ब्लेम करने से आप प्रॉब्लम रिजॉल्व नहीं करते ना। ब्लेम करने से प्रॉब्लम रिजॉल्व नहीं होता है। ये केवल अपने मन को बहलाने के लिए और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेने के लिए हम लोगों को ब्लेम करते हैं। आपकी क्षमता है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेने के लिए कि आप बोल सकते हैं कि आई विल गिव द केस। वो प्रोसेस फॉलो करते करते आप यू हैव इनफ एंड मोर पावर टू क्लोज ए सिस्टम वेरी रैपिडली। बट आपको पता है कि अगर आपने क्लोज सिस्टम करा तो आपको ट्रांसफर हो जाएगा, और ये कोई बोलता नहीं है। हमारे जितने भी बड़े बड़े जस्टिस है, सबकी कुर्सी डगमगाती है, तो फिर वो धर्म स्थापना कैसे होगा?
सर जैसे हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं कि ऑफेंडर को आज भी पनिशमेंट करना नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल है, बट सर हमारा इतिहास भी तो खुद ये कहता है कि जैसे कौरवों ने जो जो अन्याय करे, स्टिल दे वेंट टू हेवन। रावण ने इतने सारे अन्याय करे, बट स्टिल राम आस्क्ड लक्ष्मण जी कि भाई उनके जाके पैर छुओ कि वो ब्राह्मण है भाई। तो हमारा इतिहास भी तो सर ये कहता है कि थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा मेढ़ा सा है कि भाई वहां पे भी तो अब वो हेवन जान, आज के हिसाब से देखे जो हम सेम पेज पे, हमको तो लगेगा कि यार कैसे हो रहा है ये, और वो करने के बाद भी हेवन जा रहे हैं, पांडव हेल जा रहे हैं। और रामायण के अंदर भी राम जी कहते भाई पैर छू लो, भले से उतने इतने अन्याय करे, सीता जी को उठा के वो पूरी वॉर हो गई, ये सब। तो हमारा तो सिस्टम ही ऐसा सा है।
तो देखो, जब राम रावण को मार रहे हैं तो वहां पे वो एक क्राइम को आप पनिश कर रहे हो, आदमी को पनिश नहीं कर रहे हो।
करेक्ट।
बट द क्वेश्चन इज, राम को श्राप लगता है रामायण में, क्योंकि उन्होंने किसी को मारा है। उनकी पत्नी जो विधवा है वो कहती है कि मेरी पति को आपने मारा है तो आपको दाम्पत्य सुख नहीं मिलेगा। तो एवरी एक्शन हैज अ रिएक्शन। ये न्याय अन्याय, अच्छा बुरा, देखिए व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग द वर्ड, यू आर गोइंग बैक टू द वेस्टर्न सिस्टम। हराम हलाल, हराम हलाल, जो हलाल है वो जन्नत जाएगा। सो यू आर सेइंग अभी कौरवों ने हराम किया है तो वो जन्नत कैसे गए? बिकॉज आपके मन में है कि अगर वो हराम किया तो उसे जहन्नुम जाना पड़ेगा। बट दैट इज नॉट द इंडियन सिस्टम, दैट इज द इस्लामिक सिस्टम। इंडियन सिस्टम इज, तुम्हारा एक बैलेंस शीट होता है, बैलेंस शीट में डेबिट होता है, क्रेडिट होता है। तो तुमने कुछ बुरे काम किए हैं, कुछ अच्छे भी काम भी किए हैं। तो बुरे काम के लिए आप यू लॉस्ट योर किंगडम, यू डाइड द बैटलफील्ड, यू डिडंट विन द वॉर, योर समबडी एल्स वन द वॉर, तो आपको वहीं पे पनिशमेंट मिल गया, हो गया ना पनिशमेंट आपका। तो फिर स्वर्ग जाने में प्रॉब्लम क्या है? Haven't you been punished? Are you saying everybody who is going to jail after jail, वो बोलते हैं ना बा इज्जत रिहा करना, अब कौरवों को बा इज्जत रिहा क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? उनको पनिश किया गया ना, पनिशमेंट हो गया उनका, वो हार गए, उसके बाद तुम उन्हें नरक क्यों भेजना चाहते हो? कितने दिन तक आप पनिशमेंट करते रहोगे? When does it end? एक्सपायरी डेट क्या है पनिशमेंट का? अगर आपकी जमीन किसने छीन ली है, आप उनको कितना साल जेल में डालोगे? 2 साल, 4 साल, 8 साल? या आपके बेटे को किसने मारा है? व्हाट इज द बेस्ट पनिशमेंट? बोलो, तोल मोल करके बोलो। तुम्हारे बच्चे को किसी ने मार दिया है, वो आदमी तुम्हारे सामने है, उसे 2 साल देना है, उसके मारना चाहिए उसे। फेयरनेस बोलो, फेयर आंसर बोलो, फेयर आंसर।
एक फिलॉसफी सर आई फॉर आई कहती है, दूसरी कहती है कि रूल ऑफ
द स्टेट विल किल योर चाइल्ड देन।
हाँ, ये है आज की फिलॉसफी।
स्टेट में ने मार दिया आपके बच्चे को, आपकी पुलिस फायरिंग में आपके बच्चे मर गए, तो फिर आप पूरी पुलिस फोर्स को मार डालोगे?
इम्यूनिटी है उनके पास।
तो कोलेटरल डैमेज तो सब अपने लिए ब्राह्मण बन गए ना, कि ब्राह्मण गलती नहीं कर सकता, ये ब्राह्मणवाद हो गया ना। तो देयर इज नो कर्म, कर्म ऐसे नहीं देखेगा, कर्म कहेगा देखिए मारा है तुमने किसी को, वेदर यू लाइक इट और नॉट। ऐसे राजा ने मारा, उसने मारा, उसने मारा, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, मारा तुमने, इसलिए राम जी को भी श्राप लगता है, मंदोदरी का श्राप लगेगा, तारा का श्राप लगेगा, कृष्ण को गांधारी का श्राप लगेगा। ये नहीं कि आप भगवान हो, यू एग्जेम्प्ट हो। ये बात कोई नहीं बताता ना, भागवत कथा रामलीला में ये बात कोई नहीं बताती है। रामलीला में कोई नहीं बताता है कि राम जी को मंदोदरी का श्राप लगता है, तारा का श्राप लगता है कि आपने मेरे पति को मारा है, मुझे विधवा बनाया है। तो क्रिमिनल की भी एक पत्नी होती है ना, क्रिमिनल का भी एक फैमिली होता है, उनका भी श्राप लगेगा आपको। तो दिस इज इंडियन फिलॉसफी, वो पूरा 360 डिग्रीज व्यू करेगा आपको ना। 360, अगर आपको पसंद है इंडियन फिलॉसफी, तो इंडियन फिलॉसफी की ये बात नहीं पसंद है कि हमने स्टेट को जब तुमने एग्जेम्प्ट कर दिया तो वो ब्राह्मण बन गए। एक बार ब्राह्मण बन गए तो करप्शन की शुरुआत हो गई, वो मिसयूज करेगा अपने पावर को। सो जजेस विल प्रोटेक्ट देमसेल्व्स एंड विल नॉट अलाउ देमसेल्व्स दैट अ टेक्स्ट बुक विल से दैट यू देयर इज करप्शन इन द जुडिशरी। हम ब्राह्मण हैं, आपको प्रायश्चित करना पड़ेगा। तो दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ द वर्ड ब्राह्मण इज नॉट अ कास्ट थिंग। ये ब्राह्मण है कि जब आप अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट करते हो, आपके प्रिविलेज को यूज करते हो अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, फिर वो ब्राह्मणवाद होता है। व्हेन यू मिसयूज योर प्रिविलेज, व्हेन यू मिसयूज योर प्रिविलेज टू प्रोटेक्ट योर प्रिविलेज, बिकॉज द पर्पस ऑफ प्रिविलेज इज टू एनेबल द अनप्रिविलेज्ड, वो धर्म है। दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ धर्म। तो विष्णु भगवान लोगों को हेल्प क्यों कर रहे हैं? ताकि उन्हें लोग भगवान माने, या बिकॉज दैट इज द वे द सोसाइटी हैज टू रन। कि द होल इफ द गॉड्स आर, वो जब हम द पावरफुल डज नॉट हेल्प द पावरलेस, हु विल हेल्प द पावरलेस? कोई नहीं है उनका। सो दैट इज द पर्पस ऑफ द स्टोरी। इसलिए हम इंद्र की पूजा नहीं करते, क्योंकि इंद्र किसी की रक्षा नहीं करता, वो अपने लिए काम करता है, अपना स्वर्ग बनाने के लिए जुटा हुआ है। विष्णु वैकुंठ नहीं बना, वैकुंठ इज बीइंग क्रिएटेड बाय क्रिएटिंग एन इकोसिस्टम वेयर द अनप्रिविलेज्ड आर बीइंग, का उद्धार हो रहा है। तो हमारे पॉलिटिशियन किसी का उद्धार नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन राम राज्य की बात कर रहे हैं।
ओके सर। तो सर इंडियन जस्टिस सिस्टम बैलेंस की बहुत ज्यादा उसका कोर फिलॉसफी है। जैसे हम महाभारत के अंदर भी देखेंगे कि पांडवा ऑल द वॉर जीत जाते हैं, बट स्टिल आफ्टर सम टाइम दे गो टू संन्यास, क्योंकि उन्होंने बैलेंस रिस्टोर कर दिया। नाउ देयर वर्क इज डन, दे कैन गो। और ऐसी कुछ सिमिलर चीज रामायण के अंदर में मिलती है। ऑल्दो सारी रामायण सीता जी के अपहरण के बेस्ड होती है, बट स्टिल जब उनकी वो हैप्पी एंडिंग हो भी जाए, मतलब मिल भी जाती है, स्टिल फिर उनका सेपरेशन हो जाता है। बट राम इज हैप्पी कि बैलेंस रिस्टोर, द वॉर वाज ड्यू टू बैलेंस रिस्टोर, नॉट अबाउट सीता एंड मी। तो सर इंडियन जस्टिस सिस्टम में ये बैलेंस बहुत ही ज्यादा कोर फिलॉसफी है। क्या बैलेंस को डिस्कस कर चुके हैं? बैलेंस क्या मतलब करता है?
बैलेंस का मतलब है कि देखो, जो मैंने ऋण की बात की ना, आपने कुछ लिया है सोसाइटी से, आपने दिया क्या इन एक्सचेंज? सो दैट इज बैलेंसिंग. बैलेंसिंग जब आप हिसाब किताब, आपका डेबिट क्रेडिट खत्म हो गया, नो डेबिट नो क्रेडिट, आपसे किसी ने पैसे नहीं उधारी में आपके पास पैसे नहीं है. So the whole idea of what have you done with your privilege is where balance is restored. It has nothing to do with rights and duties. These new words which are being used, rights and duties, have nothing to do with balance. वो हक की बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. That is not an Indian model. Indian model is तुम्हारा privilege है. When will you give up everything? तो सब लोग अभी देखिए, कोई रिटायर नहीं कर रहा है. तो वानप्रस्थ आश्रम, संन्यास आश्रम, वो 4 आश्रम की बात करते हैं. मुझे बताओ एक आदमी जो 60 के बाद रिटायर कर रहा है, 70 के बाद रिटायर कर रहा है, 80 के बाद रिटायर कर रहा है. तो रिटायर तो कोई नहीं, तो बैलेंस तो नहीं हो रहा है. और जितने भी जस्टिस हैं, दे आर ऑल लुकिंग फॉर अपॉर्चुनिटीज आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट. तो सब, किसी को गवर्नर बनना है, किसी को ये बनना है, किसी को वो बनना है, सबको कैमरास चाहिए. तो बैलेंस कहाँ होगा? बैलेंस की बात ही नहीं. वो दे आर एक्सट्रैक्टिंग मोर एंड मोर एंड मोर. सो देयर इज एन इम्बैलेंस राइट नाउ. आप कुछ स्पेशल काम नहीं कर रहे हो बाय बिकमिंग द जस्टिस ऑफ द कंट्री और बिकमिंग अ जज. यू आर जस्ट डूइंग योर जॉब. That doesn't make you someone special at all. But आपने उसमें हायरार्की, वर्ण व्यवस्था क्रिएट कर लिया, अपने दिमाग में कर लिया है कि वर्ण व्यवस्था है कि मैं अभी, मेरा गाड़ी बड़ा होगा, मेरा रूम बड़ा होगा, ये होगा. ये सब नॉनसेंस है. This is no real.
This is against our traditional legal system, justice system.
ट्रेडिशनल लीगल सिस्टम में कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. तुम जस्ट बिकॉज तुम्हारे पास 10 करोड़ रुपए हैं, तुम्हें तो आत्मज्ञान नहीं है जिसके पास. आत्मज्ञान इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ धर्म. धर्म इज आत्मज्ञान. तो आप लीगल सिस्टम में बात ही नहीं करते हैं ना हम लोग. तो जहां आत्मज्ञान नहीं होगा, वहां पे ये सब ऊंच नीच की बातें होगी, हायरार्की की बात होगी, वर्ण व्यवस्था की बात होगी, प्रिविलेज की बात होगी. तो आत्मज्ञान नहीं है यहाँ पे. देयर इज अ बैलेंस की बात इज व्हेन यू लेट, छोड़ दे. अभी देखो, जैन धर्म में सब कुछ त्यागना पड़ता है, वो तीर्थंकर होते हैं. The richest families in India जैन, कुछ तो छोड़ने को तैयार नहीं है. So they are just, that is the, तीर्थंकर देख रहे हैं ना, उनको थोड़ी ना उनको सब समझ में आता है कि आप इतने तो हम इतने तो मूर्ख नहीं है कि तुम हमें मूर्ख बना लोगे. तो ये है बात ना कि तुम्हें दिगंबर की पूजा करते हो, लेकिन दिगंबर बन नहीं सकते. और तुम दिगंबर की खिल्ली उड़ा रहे हो कि तुम्हें समझ नहीं आता है कि दिगंबर का मतलब क्या है. व्हेन यू डोंट टेक योर पोजीशन सो सीरियसली, यू नो दैट ये छोड़ना पड़ेगा एक दिन, एंड यू हैव टू वॉक अवे फ्रॉम इट. बट ये प्रिविलेज को नहीं छोड़ सकते हैं ना, वो पकड़ के रखे हैं. इसलिए वो दिगंबरता समझ नहीं आता है हमारे देश में. वी जस्ट डोंट अंडरस्टैंड. वी यूज वर्ड्स राइट, रॉन्ग, करेक्ट. बैलेंस का मतलब क्या है? रीपे योर डेट्स, यानी कि जो भी तुमने लिया है उसे दे दो वापस. Whatever you have taken from society, you have to return it in, hopefully in this lifetime. आधे लोग विल भी नहीं बनाते और हजम ही नहीं होगा. कितना लेते रहोगे. बट और पोजीशन और पावर और पैसा, कभी रिटायर नहीं करेंगे, कभी छोड़ेंगे नहीं कुर्सी, तो होगा ही नहीं ना. बैलेंस तो होगा ही नहीं. मेरा बेटा राजा बनेगा, फिर वो और बनेगा, फिर मेरा परदादा, my grandson, my great grandson, my great great grandson. हम डायनेस्टीज को अटैक करेंगे लेकिन खुद का डायनेस्टी बनाते रहेंगे.
तो इंडियन सिस्टम धर्म से सर आगे निकल चुका है. It is not on same page with dharma.
They're definitely not in the same page of dharma because we don't talk about it. We are not dealing with it. Dharma is a very practical and simple concept which can be applied by anyone. But वो करने के लिए थोड़ा जिगर चाहिए, वहां पे करेज चाहिए. अगर आप धर्म को इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो, इट्स लाइक यूज एज एन रूल ऑफ द लॉ वर्सेस रूल बाय द लॉ. दैट इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. तो रूल ऑफ द लॉ वर्सेस टाइम को आप वैल्यू नहीं कर रहे हो. यू डोंट थिंक टाइम इज इंपॉर्टेंट एट ऑल. दैट एक ही जिंदगी है. बाकी देशों में इतनी जल्दी जल्दी केसेस कैसे होते हैं, हमारे देश में क्यों नहीं हो रही? आपने क्यों इतना बड़ा चबा लिया है? व्हाई आर यू हैविंग सो मेनी केसेस? एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट. व्हाई आर यू सेइंग दैट सॉरी वी विल नॉट लुक एट दोस केसेस? And if we have a problem, those judges will be thrown out. If a case has to go to the Supreme Court, it has to be that the judge who has given a different decision should be punished. If he has given a wrong if a higher court doesn't agree with the lower court, then the lower court is accountable for giving a false judgment. Does anybody punish the lower court for giving a wrong judgment? तो फिर there is no accountability. It's as simple as that. अगर तुमने गलती की है और ऊपर के बॉस तुम्हारे मैनेजर, अगर एक जूनियर ऑफिसर ने गलती की है और सीनियर मैनेजर को पता चला कि जूनियर मैनेजर ने गलती की है, तो जूनियर मैनेजर को डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन लिया जाता है. कोर्ट केस में नहीं होता ऐसे.
तो सर क्या पहले के हमारे लीगल ट्रेडिशनल लीगल सिस्टम में जूरिस्ट भी अकाउंटेबल, जज भी अकाउंटेबल होता था और आज नहीं है?
Accountability is not there in the justice system. I don't see there any accountability in the justice system. Absolutely none. So a judge can say any nonsense and get away with it. And it is not aligned with the constitution. The internal feedback loop nahi hai. There is no internal system of, there is no transparency to those systems. So then it won't work, no? आपका खुद, अगर आप खुद को रेगुलेट नहीं करोगे तो सिस्टम कैसे बने? बाहर के आदमी आपको नहीं ठीक करेंगे, आपको अंदर से ही साफ करना पड़ेगा घर को. बाहर से कोई, nobody is going to come from outside and help you. You have to sort it out yourself. And you are not doing it. There's no accountability. I've always wondered, if a lower court has given a in favor and the higher court says that was not right, then the lower court should be penalized, because so much of time has been wasted, so much resources have been wasted in a wrong judgment. But why have this lower court not been pulled up, punished, so that next time this cases, if I look at a case which is coming from a lower court to a higher court, then that judge has to be also part of the process. But it is not being done. Oh, Brahmins are forgiven. The state is forgiven, the Brahmin is forgiven. You cannot speak against the court because contempt हो जाएगा. Exactly ना, ब्राह्मण को आप मार नहीं सकते. रावण के मारने के बाद पश्चाताप करना पड़ेगा राम को भी. Because रावण कुछ गलत नहीं कर सकते, because वो तो जनेऊ पहने हैं. Suddenly I realized that the janayu and the black robes are very similar.
How, sir?
Both are protecting them, no?
Oh.
Privilege आ गया वहां पे. आप उनको criticize नहीं कर सकते.
तो सर आपने एक ब्लॉग के अंदर एक इंटरेस्टिंग थ्योरी कवर करी थी कि द डेमोक्रेसी, what is a form, the different forms of government like democracy and communism are just fancy names. Eventually the people in power that will make and write laws, and nothing is just a fancy name.
Yes. See, psychology has not played a great role. No? You can change laws. You can't change people's minds. Good society is created by people and how their minds are designed, not by laws. But we have made this foolish assumption कि rules आदमी को ठीक करेगा. भी जानवरों को आप कैसे डोमेस्टिकेट करते हो, मार मार के रूल्स बना के, तो जानवर फिर वो सीख लेते हैं कि कैसे आपके साथ रहना पड़ेगा. आप ह्यूमन बीइंग को भी जानवर के जैसे मानते हो कि उसको मार मार के हम ठीक कर लेंगे, उसको पनिश करेंगे, ये करेंगे. बट अगर ऐसे होने वाला है तो फिर that doesn't work, no? So the problem with the system, the modern management system, is that assumption is that rules and report cards will create a better world. But what they forgot, that people create a better world. So people can break the rules. What has happened globally, right? The most powerful countries today are behaving like bullies. All the powerful countries in the world are behaving like bullies. And that is what is happening in our country, where the powerful have become bullies. The whole purpose of law is to prevent the powerful from becoming a bully. So when the powerful start behaving like bullies, it means the system has collapsed. So all these words like capitalism, communism, दोनों तरफ bullies हैं. रशिया भी bully है, अमेरिका भी bully है, चाइना भी bully है. तो एक कम्युनिस्ट होता था, कोई कैपिटलिस्ट होता था, कोई सोशलिस्ट है, लेकिन सब bully है ना. बट देखो उनके पास पावर एंड प्रिविलेज को कैसे करना है. So वो एनवायरमेंट है, क्लाइमेट चेंज बोल के, लेकिन आप बॉम्ब तो गिरा रहे हो सब जगह पे. वो प्रदूषण कौन कर रहा है? नहीं, युद्ध तो करना पड़ेगा. अभी क्लाइमेट चेंज भूल गए सब लोग.
सर आपके कुछ सजेशन जस्टिस सिस्टम को लेके, इंडियन जस्टिस सिस्टम को लेके, कि ये तो चेंज होना ही चाहिए इमीडिएट.
टाइम एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी. Who is responsible for a case if a higher court disagrees with the lower court? Lower court should be punished for it. If the same system, the same laws, the same evidence, वो same सब चीज same है, तो फिर rule कैसे बदले? इतने कितने? Why is there no accountability of judges? Why are judges not accountable for delayed justice and for not following the constitution? If a higher court, so why are they not being penalized for their decisions? IAS officers are being penalized. Everybody is being penalized. It doesn't make the system better. Penalization is not used to make the system better. It is being used by bullies to control people. Again, it is a rule of law versus. So we have to be asked that who is accountable, and time is important. So time becomes very important. आपको second chance नहीं मिलने वाला है. अभी retire ही नहीं कर रहे हो लोग, तो फिर अभी क्या करें? तो that is the first sign of corruption, ना? Retire नहीं कर रहे.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a very enlightening session. A truly eye-opening one. One thing we can learn and take away from this session is that mythology tells you how to understand the psychology of a society. अगर आप mythology का lens लगाकर आज के justice system को देखेंगे, तो आप clearly देख पाएंगे कि modern justice system is just like old wine in a new bottle. आपको यहाँ वर्ण व्यवस्था देखने को मिलेगी, both literally and metaphorically. आप कुणाल कामरा को hate कर सकते हो, but कुणाल कामरा ने जो statement दी थी about आप 3 जज की बेंच नहीं बैठा पाओगे, that statement is a fact. And metaphorically पहले भी एक ग्रुप डिसाइड करता था सोसाइटी की इसकी डेफिनेशन, आज भी कुछ वैसा ही. आज का मॉडर्न लीगल सिस्टम भी आम आदमी के लिए सेंस नहीं बनाता है, ऑब्सोलीट है. 50% of cases in India take 3 years and more for adjudication. Lawmakers have already done their work by explicitly providing timelines in the CPC and CRPC. But as we all know that isn't followed. In history, ब्राह्मण्स को कुछ कहते थे तो श्राप लगने का डर रहता था, और आज कंटेम्प्ट लगने का. इंडिया में जब कोर्ट्स नहीं होते थे, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि इंडिया में इनजस्टिस होता था. History is evident that India was flourishing for thousands of years, number one. And a society cannot flourish in which injustice is there. Maybe because India was following the concept of dharma and not justice. Our ancestors were so wise that they knew that human being is way too complex of an organism and he cannot be checked and controlled through a system. A human being will always try to find loopholes to escape the system, जो कि आज हो भी रहा है. Same case, same facts, same evidence, but different verdict. Our ancestors knew that human being will always find loopholes to escape the system. That is why they relied on the concept of dharma and justice. Our ancestor knew that a system won't be enough to keep checks and balances on a human being. A human being can only keep checks and balances on himself. आप खुद ही अपने एक्शन पर checks and balances रखो. So progressive philosophy. They knew only a human being can control itself. A system won't be enough. आप खुद से नहीं झूठ बोल पाओगे. You are the best judge of yourself. इसीलिए dharma kept Indian society flourishing for thousands of years. And the idea of dharma is very simple. It says that powerful takes care of powerless instead of abusing them. But as we all know, the definition of dharma got tweaked for the convenience. Justice is checks and balances at the system level, whereas dharma is checks and balances at the own level. जानते हो, as we all know that Duryodhan always played by the rules. He never broke any rule or any procedure. But we all know that God was not on his side. Whereas Pandavas broke some rule. But we all know that Bhagwan unke saath the. Duryodhan followed rule and procedure. Pandava followed the dharma. That made the difference. Bhagwan 5000 साल पहले बता के चले गए कि justice system shouldn't be about rules and procedures. Modern justice system in India is neither following the idea of justice, which is striving towards equality, nor following the traditional concept of dharma. दो घरों का मेहमान अक्सर भूखा रह जाता है. हमारे शास्त्र सिर्फ कहानियों तक सीमित नहीं है, वो समाज के बारे में बहुत कुछ बताते हैं. आदमी आते जाते रहेंगे, शास्त्र हमेशा रहेंगे. Thank you guys for watching this podcast. Until we meet next time. Bye bye.